This is Pre-Calc Unit 4, Chapter 10, Conic Sections Review. We're going to do review worksheet number 1. This is question number 1. So we have an ellipse with a center at negative 2, 5, a vertical minor axis that is at 6 units long, and we have the distance between the center and one of the foci is 4 units. So we have to try to figure out what information they give us there. All right, so when I look at this, the minor axis is 6. Minor axis deals with the letter B. So B is going to be half that, so that's 3. The distance between the center and one of the foci is 4. So remember, C is the distance between the center and the foci, so that's going to be 4. All right, from that, I'm going to have to use those two to solve for A. Remember, that's a crazy version of the Pythagorean theorem. That's the B squared plus C squared is equal to the A squared. So that's going to give me 9 plus 16 is equal to my A squared. When you go through inside, you get 25 is equal to A squared. So A is going to be equal to 5. So I now have all the pieces. Remember, A is the distance from the vertex to the center, C is the distance from the foci to the center, and B is that minor axis. All right, so now I'm going to graph this. Okay, so it doesn't technically ask you for the graph here, but that's what I want us to do. All right, so when I do this, I'm going to plot negative 2, 5. So left 2, up 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And I'm going to do this color coded like I normally do in class, negative 2, 5 there. All right, we have, again, our minor axis is 6. So that means the B, which is at 3, that's going to be what we're going to be used. Okay, and then the foci here is the 4. Okay, so what we have to decide is, how do we know which way this is going to be going? And since it says it's a vertical minor axis, the B is a 3, I'm going to use that vertically. So I'm going to go up 3 and down 3. So up 3 and down 3 from there. All right, they are the endpoints of the minor axis. And then A, remember, is the distance from the center to the vertices, so that's going to be left and right. So again, I know that that's left and right because the B was the vertical, so therefore I have to go left and right here for the A. So I'm going to go to the right and left 5, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Plot those points. So they are the actual vertices. So I'm actually going to write that down here. My vertices here are those 2 points, which according to those points are going to be negative 6, 5. So, and I'm sorry, negative 7, 5. I'm reading that wrong. Do that correctly. So again, you're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. That's where I'm coming up with the negative 7, 5. And then to the right, we're going to have 1, 2, 3, 5 for those vertices. Remember, this is how I'm going to draw my ellipse in. So you draw in the oval. All right, from here is typically where I do my minor axis and my major axis. Again, from there you can do the triangle. But I've already done that over here since we know we're just going to use this formula all the time for an ellipse. So I have my A is 5, my B is 3, the C is 4, so I can find my foci from there. So I'm going to go to the right, again, from the center, always basing off the center, to the right 4, and to the left 4. Okay, so I can find the coordinates of my foci, which is going to be negative 6, 5, and then 2, 5. All right, and the last thing I need to do is actually create the equation. So the equation, again, I could have done that actually from over here. Because I have my center, I have my B, and I have my A, and that's all you really need. All right, but we're going to start off with the equation x minus h squared over a squared plus y minus k squared over b squared, and that's equal to 1. Again, I'm starting with the x in the front because it is going to be the major axis of x, and I have my A, which is going to match up with that. All right, so A is always the bigger one. In this case, it's the 5. Okay, so when I do this, the h and the k, remember the center. So this is going to be x plus 2 from that minus 2 up here, squared, over my a squared is going to be 25, plus y minus k is going to be y minus 5, all squared, all over the b squared, which is going to be 9, and that's equal to 1. That is my final answer.